T-shirts have released. Christian started shipping yesterday. The newest design, Davis Drives, YouTube channel shirt. We didn't know it was going to hit at 500,000 at the same time we did our SEMA release T-shirt here. But they turned out great. Amazing work. My man put a lot of effort in that. Look at the detail. If you guys have ever tried to do anything, you can't just take a picture and make it work here. It has to be put into an editor software and things change. This was about 20 renderings to make the tire not say Mickey Johnson belted 45. Like, it changes the words, it changes everything. He got the tread perfect. He got the writing perfect. The wheel, not so much. Unfortunately, it changed it a little bit. That wheel's perfect. That one's a little off. But our two SEMA trucks, for you guys that are not normal subscribers, the brand new Chevy that we built prior to SEMA on a Rush, and the debut of the Chrome Mac Daddy K5 Blazer. So, got our Mickey Thompson on here. Shout out to Mickey Thompson. Thanks, guys. They're the ones that came out with this awesome tire that you guys are going to start loving. And also the new wheel. Ben and Blake at Mickey Thompson, I know you're watching. Thanks again. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 more. Without those two guys, you would not have this wheel. You would not have this tire. And I guess we can give ourselves a little credit, too. We pushed, yeah, a little pat on the back. We pushed pretty hard for it. So, glad it all came together. You got to have a company that listens for things like that to happen. But you guys notice we got Davis Drives in the background of a lot of things. We're going to continue to grow this channel. I've dedicated the time, dedicated the effort, and definitely dedicated the money to keep things growing, and we love it. Hitting 500,000 was huge for us. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do a little celebration this weekend, but with the holidays, everything's so busy, nobody has time to get together at the same time. AJ having a baby, Christian feeling a little sniffly sometimes, you know, mom's got things going on. So it's a lot happening for all of us, and it takes all. There's no one person that made this happen. The shop pumping out the cool content, the cool work, the cool products, Alvin keeping them clean, my Uncle David doing what he did, Dave when he comes in and works 2 days a week, all of it. It takes everybody to make this stuff happen, guys. So we do appreciate the support. Now, on to more fun things. I talked about this yesterday, but I don't know if the video went live. We had a glitch with eBay. That glitch with eBay turned into a really good thing with eBay, so I'm glad it happened. But this wasn't even on eBay for some odd reason. It's probably why it's here. It's a $28,000 91 Hilux right-hand drive diesel crew cab. There's hardly any of these in the States, not to mention any of them that are actually for sale. It's actually a smoking deal. Even though it's a 91 Toyota, nobody would think it should be worth that. It is. Let's go outside. It didn't quite, yeah, I know. You got to get cold, Christian. It's a little bit nipply outside. And today, we do have some unusual circumstances because of the fact that it's supposed to snow. All right, good. Mickey Thompson loves the shirts. I finally sent them a picture showing the detail work. They love it. Just got several texts from the little group text I have with Mickey Thompson. I wanted to get all our 6 doors together and do a video. That's not going to happen because it's supposed to snow. Guess what happens when it snows here? Everything goes crazy. People don't know how to drive. Christian will probably say, I got to get to work tomorrow. It's a little dusting on the road.
Every day.
He did come every day. He didn't come at 5 a.m. like me and AJ did the one time, but he was commenting on our videos at 6, meaning he was awake. So, yes, no?
Yes.
So we got one of the 656 doors, and we got one of the 356 doors. This is the very functional, usable family ride that you can still tow with. You guys may or may not recognize this truck because it had the half wrap on it. The half wrap peeled some of the paint off, so I did have the truck repainted. Looks great. We still got some detail work to do, and I think we're going to change the tires and wheels up. But that's a real deal 6-door F350. Now we also have, and Christian hasn't gotten online yet because I got him busy doing other things this morning, we have a brand spanking new F350 6-door short bed, just like this, completely stock. That's at least a year wait time to build one of those trucks, plus sourcing the truck, plus doing the options. We have that truck also in silver for $199. Okay, that's a lot of money. but it's $199. Are you shivering? Hold it still. We need a good video. And then this one is how much? $79? $79. The 650 in white with the pickup bed, and then we have the 650 in black with the hauler bed that's still getting the stereo and the cameras and all that stuff done. So we got some cool 6-doors currently, and then of course the 8-door. Maybe we'll get time to go up and talk about that. And then the 450, after the parade this weekend, I'm going to put this truck back up for sale. This truck made its way across the country with the 2 SEMA trucks. It did a fabulous freaking job. No issues whatsoever. And it's going to go for sale even, well, probably for the end of the year so somebody can buy it for a tax write-off. But that is our 2023, correct? 2023 with 20,000-mile F450. It has been a great truck. Raymond has a lot of seat time in that truck, as well as I do. It's gooseneck. It's loaded. It's actually got the, it's going to be locked, isn't it? It's actually got the tan interior, which is sharp. And if you get it before the Christmas or after the Christmas parade, it may come with some extra hay. And there's our spare tires for our trailer that we had to lock in there so they didn't get stolen on our trip. We're also going to be going through our trailers. A lot of this stuff I need or I want. It's not so much a need, but I would like for them to be off the books for the end of the year so that we don't have to re-inventory so much stuff. Because that becomes a little bit of a pain in the tail. 35 to 40 foot aluminum load right bunk trailer that we bought brand new to move one of our boats from Florida here. That trailer's brand spanking new other than one Florida trip. Title in hand, ordered it with basically all the good options, triple axle. Didn't get aluminum wheels because we knew we wouldn't keep it. Yeah, and it is 6-lug too, so pretty heavy duty trailer, 35 to 40 foot boat trailer. That is going to be, that's on the website or no? Probably should put it on the website. We should have it on the website. We'll try to do that today. That trailer, of course, not for sale, but these are. These trailers are all different shapes, all different sizes. That one is, I think, brand new. I don't think that trailer was used but one time for one car for storage, and that's it. And then we've got one in black and 2 more in white. And then we've got the dog grooming trailer, and we've got 3 small black enclosed trailers, which may or may not be online either. I think they are. All right, good. Christian should know. Shuttle shifter truck. We probably have 1 more of these coming. So if you guys have a trucking company, should be good on that. So here's to the fun stuff for the day. We got a customer here. Goodness gracious. We got a customer here. Red one across the street, 1993. Lost my train of thought. Oh, so I've got some cool, I don't think we'll get in this video. I think I'll do a separate video, but I've had probably 4 comments this week from customers that really set in, like, man, you understand, you get it. And these are from all different walks of life, but I've got them mentally saved. I probably need to put them in my phone before I forget them, but I want to do a separate video. And it's customers that actually really understand the hobbyist side of our business versus the real side of our business. And one of them was like, dude, he said, I watch your videos every night. He said, it's a stress reliever for me because I run multiple businesses myself. And he says, dude, I don't know how you do it. Like, I don't know why you do it. Well, I think was what he said. And I said, man, it's for the love. And he was like, well, you're a better person than me. He said, because I wouldn't do it for the love, you know, F a customer, you know. I mean, you know, in his business, he's not as hands-on with customers. Most of his business is, you know, well, multiple business. I won't get into that, but I might get into it more in the video. But he's like, dude, the patience you have, he said, you could rent your buildings. And he said, I guarantee you make more money just catching a rent. He's very much right. And I also have a project right next door here that I'm going to explain to you guys because I know a lot of y'all are business guys and you like looking at numbers and things like that. It's staggering what we can do and may do eventually now that we have other space to grow that would make you be like, I wouldn't even get it to frick out of bed. I'd be laying on an island somewhere. So I want to explain that stuff to you guys. But the one guy that's here now is the one that actually makes our stress and makes our business worthwhile. These make money. Tow trucks, bucket trucks, regular vehicles. Square bodies, I told him earlier, if we had to survive off square body sales and the profits that come from them, the overhead to keep the doors open on these buildings, the light bill and the water bill wouldn't even suffice. Like, it's not like that. And I kind of chuckle because you see some people jumping on the bandwagon and trying to hustle some square bodies and stuff now. I'm like, go for it, guys. If you want to make a living out of that, you're going to eat some ramen noodles every night and you'll be drinking some tap water. So it's kind of funny. But in why that came up, this guy came here. He flew in last night. He's here this morning looking at a square body. Might buy it, might not. It's okay either way. But he's emulating a high school truck he had. And he's got a picture from 30 or 40 years ago that's all grainy, but he's like, here's my truck. And it's got a roll bar, and it's got a brush bar, and it's got KC lights, and it's got gumbo mutters or groundhogs. It is exactly what makes our blood pump. And the truck he's buying's, you know, not expensive, and the upgrades he wants to do will be fulfillable only because we have the stuff. You can't buy a roll bar to fit a square body. They don't sell it. We have them. And for the right customer that comes along, we have people from, I said that in this video, there will be people that call us for a week straight after this video, will you sell me one of those roll bars? We will not sell it. It's not because we're stingy, because I want the man that's here to fulfill his dream of him having his truck. And you know what that is? One, the truck is the first part. Brings me to comment number 2 that a man made that bought several vehicles from us recently. He said, JW, I tell all my friends that come over and look at my trucks and things I've got, some things from you. And I'm like, you know, the buying of the vehicle is the cheapest and the easiest part. And he's correct. Sourcing parts that sometimes aren't available and finding labor to do the work and what stuff costs nowadays, the buying of the truck and the purchase of the truck is the monetarily easiest transaction part. Well, with us anyway, it is, of the whole project. The rest of it's what's the pain in the rear. But for this guy, being able to put his dream truck back together for him with parts that you can't buy makes it all worthwhile. Like that makes the smile. That makes the happiness. And you guys are customers that are watching this. A lot of you are customers that are watching this. You understand and you know what I'm saying. We had customers that travel from across the country. We've had several of them this year, which will be in our end of the year recap, that just showed up out of the blue and said, hey, remember me? And you try to be polite. You're like, yeah, I mean, well, no, we've never met, but we've talked 1,000 times and we've texted 500 times and we've emailed because I bought such and such truck, such and such truck. One of them is a widowed man that after he lost his wife, he has spent time enjoying his toys and projects. Another was a couple, man and woman, that came from Missouri. Excellent customers of ours. They got a little surprise they took home with them on their long journey in their 502 big block truck. Another was another gentleman and his wife that actually had purchased from us and finally showed up one day, made another purchase while here, and it was great that they finally came in person. And then so many of our more local North Carolina, Maryland, other customers come in anyway. Some don't need to come. We encourage them and tell them, hey, please come by. I want you to see, touch, feel, look, do, whatever it takes to make sure the truck's what you want. And they're comfortable. They don't need to, but it's nice to see them when they do come. So, and bring their grandchildren and their children and everything else. So it has been a fun ride. We are really coming close to the ending of the year. We definitely got a pump selling some equipment because Christian and Mike and AJ and Alvin, they definitely would like a paycheck for the end of the year. So we would love some sales on those. And we got some other stuff. It's Christian and me only today. AJ baby is expected anytime now. So again, please make a comment. He watches it. He's one of the editors on the channel. So comment about it. Give him some good luck, some prayers that everything goes safe with the mom. And we'll bring you guys a little lot walk here shortly and maybe talk about the truck if this fella buys it or doesn't buy it and some things we're going to do to it. It's pretty exciting. What do you think, Christian? What else we got? It's a good recap. Christian's been shipping shirts all morning. I almost said that. That's a tongue twister a little bit. Shipping shirts. Shipping shirts all over the shipping world. So it's been pretty cool. Blakely was on cloud 9 when I got home yesterday talking about her being in the play, and she was war slam out. I think she was so nervous. If you didn't see that, go back and watch that. Not just because it's my daughter. Seeing those little children up there is so precious, and how nervous. One of the videos wouldn't post. I wanted to post the older kids. The one girl was just petrified. She stood still the whole time. When they went to say her name, you know, bless her heart, she couldn't even speak. Like she just leaned in and leaned back out. But it was really neat. But because of the music, which I didn't think about, it copyrighted the video. So I had to take that clip out. I don't know why YouTube couldn't let church music and, you know, stuff like that slide for Christmas, but they don't. So it's okay. No harm, no foul. So we got a little stuff to do with eBay. We got to go inside. We got to work on that for a little bit. We'll bring you guys some update on that. But lots of cool stuff. Lots of stuff happening today. And Christian will do a count, and the website will be current. So if you guys go on and order, easy enough. Also, did they know how to win yet? They don't know how to win on this video. So if you haven't seen the other videos, you guys have a chance. What do we do with the shirt? The shirt's inside. Shirt. We have the merch. We have the merch. Like, comment Davis Drives YouTube. If you're not subscribed, subscribe or become a friend, but you have a chance to win. You got 4 chances to win. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you're not on those other platforms of ours, go on them. Make sure you're friended or liked or whatever, following. Comment Davis Drives YouTube. Share it and heart it, like it, thumbs up it, or check mark it, whatever you got to do. You can do it every day. So you got multiple chances between now and Wednesday on all 4 platforms. And Christian's going to choose somebody from each platform to win the newest of our shirts. And they will be shipped out, and you will have it before the holiday. So thanks, guys. Finish this video up in a little while. By the time you guys see this video, this truck will be on the website. Christian is getting it loaded now. Actually came in before the holidays. It was a trade-in on a very, very custom 2.0 3+3 truck. And the customer described it very well, which we appreciate. It is a born in America, Flint, Michigan production. Christian learned a little bit today about how to decode some things. So 1977 round eye, short bid, half-ton truck. It's not the way it was born any longer. It is an LS under the hood. It does have vintage air conditioning. And the cool thing with this truck is we actually have a really nice folder full of information that came with it, along with the SPID sheet that came out of the original glove box and a bunch of other stuff. I was flipping through it quickly before we came across to do this video. But what a good looking truck. The fit and finish of it is really pretty spot on. Look down the body lines, look down the side. For a truck of this price point, it's a pretty well done piece. Bilstein shocks with reservoirs. You haven't seen that in a while until we just did it with some Fox shocks not long ago. So pretty cool somebody did that. It's even got the old school with the stainless connection there. Matching steering stabilizers. Thinned aluminum differential cover. The wheels are really a focal point. Those look so much like the new Canyon wheels, but they're not. They are the original old school slot mags that a couple manufacturers offered. These wheels go back a long way, and they are perfect. There's no curb rash. I honestly considered taking them off this truck just because that's time capsule crap. That's like Alcoa wheels. You don't get them, you can't find them. But we didn't. We left them alone. Polished up. Absolutely look like they came out of the box yesterday. Mickey Thompson again for the win. 35s. Bilstein's in the back. Nice chrome FEY style bumper in great shape. bed cover, and the interior is what really jumps out on this truck. The sun's not hitting it, so it's not as bright as when the, oh yeah, it looks good in the camera though. So it's got the custom headliner with the speakers in it. It's got a billet rear view mirror. It's got a little tint strip on the windshield. The cup holders built in the seat might be one of my favorite things because I still jump in a Squarebody with my 7-Eleven cup or whatever, and I have nowhere to put it, even though we have a whole shelf full of freaking cup holders in there for Squarebodies. They never make their way into the one I'm driving. But if you guys want a cup holder with a Squarebody purchase, just ask. We have them in stock. Happy to provide one. Manual shift transmission behind this LS feels really freaking good. It shifts good. It runs good. It's got the wooden steering wheel with the billet spokes on it. Got a cool bunch of little billet items here. Door panels are finished off nice. It's well appointed, and it does have window tint on the safety tempered glass. And yes, that door closes nice. No slam. She's tight, but a good looking truck. Oh, it does have a Cal induction hood, and I like the way they put the Vortec on there. I think that's pretty clean. And this would have been the same style generation as that. Now, to be critical on the truck, when you look at it really closely, you can see some sand marks in the paint. Silver's not very forgiving. I don't know if somebody could wet sand, buff, or do something, but you can, if the light catches it right, you can see some little sand marks here and there in the paint. Also, somebody has two-toned this area down here with a rock guard. Now, not quite the way that I would have done things, but more than likely it had some rock chips and little pimply little spots and different things. So that's what they did. You wouldn't notice the rock guard if I didn't point it out. The only reason I noticed it was I dropped something next to the truck and picked it up, and I was like, oh yeah, it almost looks like a shadow. But again, nothing wrong with that. It just different. It's just definitely different. The billet grill up front, nice other little touch, little Sierra Classic, GMC, late model emblem, which is cool looking. It's a cool truck. For a turnkey LS swap truck, it's one of the better ones, again, in the building in this price point currently. The triple, Christian was pointing to the triple, yeah. So a lot of people, I'll show you guys that. So that's the factory location for the steering stabilizer on the inside, which, you know, GM, I guess, did that so that nobody would crush it. So a lot of people say, oh, the steering stabilizer in the front, I'm going to crush it. Well, I don't know how much stump jumping you guys are doing, but they put it behind there. My argument was always, steering stabilizer is not required. Like, it does not have to have that. But if you crush the bar, if you hit something that's going to crush the stabilizer, you're going to crush your steering bar. And then your tires are going to be like this. And you're going to try to drive down. It's just not going to work. But anyway, you do hear people make comments. I was up at the shop there, I guess it was yesterday, and Johnny and Jake were over there. Like, man, you get some keyboard warriors sometimes, or some, what are they, tough guy, computer tough guys or something. We really don't see it that much on here. You see it on TikTok like crazy. Yeah, put this something on there the wrong way. Da, 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 da. Everybody's got an opinion. You know what opinions are like? They're like something else that everybody has that's behind you and there, you know, and that's where those computer tough guys and keyboard warriors can stay. But it's not like we haven't done several thousand of these. You know, kind of figured it out a little bit. But it is kind of humorous to read some of the comments sometimes. But again, if you're going to crush your stabilizer, you're going to crush your steering bar. If nothing else, maybe they keep you from crushing your steering bar. Then you can actually still drive, because you're not going to drive when your tires are pointed at each other. Anyway, I'm not Mr. Ford, just GM, Mr. Dodge brothers. You know, we didn't create the wheel. We just bolt on a lot of them. Yeah. That's a good saying. That is a good one. The exhaust is done good. Again, if you guys are looking for an entry-level, fuel-injected LS swap, I don't care if you buy a junkyard LS. By the time you buy the junkyard LS, get the computer, get the motor mounts, take the time and effort to do the labor, it's not cheap to do an LS. Even though, yes, they come in a lot of vehicles and you can get them as donors. They've actually shot up recently. The price used to be pretty affordable. But it is a great upgrade for these, and it does give you a fuel-injected motor. Customer was here earlier looking at a truck, and he asked about, what do you think about putting fuel injection on a regular carbureted motor? And we do it all the time. We're not a super fan of it because it makes parts that are not, dumb it down. A carbureted motor, if you flood it, you can go to the store and buy spark plugs. Every parts store has spark plugs. You can buy a whole carburetor if you have to at any parts store. But if you've got a fuel-injected truck, say a Holly or a Sniper or any of these brands, and something goes wrong, you're at their mercy. You can't go to the parts store. Advanced Napa nowhere can help you. So there does become a point where there is a little bit of a problem. We install a lot of them. We sell a lot of them. We also take a lot of them off. But an LS was born with that. So the computer system that GM made millions of and spent millions and billions in technology usually does work out pretty well. So it is neat to see that in that truck. It's actually an LS in that one too. That's in the background, the elephant in the room, guys. You're going to ask about it again today. You asked about it a lot yesterday. But that's also an LS, but that's a nasty built LS that sounds like a freaking race car. This is a mild LS. Sounds good. I'll start it up. But it'll start right up. You don't have to pump the gas. You don't have to do anything. Oh, she's a manual. You do have to make sure it's in neutral or you're going to drive across the street. Oh, yeah. So I got to lean down and... I think y'all get the point. Got a nice sound. Sounds like a small block with a RV cam, basically. But not cold nature. Don't have to warm it up. She's going to hit like she's supposed to. And they do last forever. We've had several LSs with well into the 400,000 and 500,000 mile range. So they do last very well if maintained properly. So let's go ahead and clip this piece in. This is an exciting one for only one person watching, but a faithful watcher. But I think you guys are going to enjoy it too. And it needs to be part of the thumbnail. Let's do it. So this project will probably only mean one thing to one person watching this today, but I bet you there's a lot of people that have no idea what this actually is. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you the story. And I've been holding off. We're really good about giving people updates. Daniel is, and I am as well. Hopefully I instilled that in him many years ago when I used to run the off-road shop. People just want to hear an update, even if it's not what they want to hear. Part came in broken, whatever. Don't lie, don't make up excuses, but things do happen. But they like to know what's going on. They like to be involved. Well, this customer has two things here currently. He has an OBS truck. He's a Squarebody purchaser, but he also brought this for us. And he had to actually text me for an update because I was waiting to insert this in a video to kind of explain what it is and surprise him because it looks pretty good. Now, I've got to put a couple more coats on it. But this, Christian thought of something that we invented here. He was like, what did y'all do? We didn't invent this, but I bet a lot of y'all had no clue what it is. So it's a Yamaha Terrapro. I think it's a 350 size. It might say it on here somewhere. But it's a horse. It's a big freaking four-wheeler. You guys know I love four-wheelers. So when the man came to buy a Squarebody, he said, JW, I watch you and I see you like three-wheelers and four-wheelers. Have you ever heard of a Terrapro? And I said, yes, sir. I actually own two. He's like, so do I. And I'm like, wow. He was like, but I haven't used them in years. He said, but they really work good. So come around back. Let me show you the second part of these. These were designed with a PTO system. You can run a log splitter. You can run a hydraulic system. You can run this finishing mower, which is a 48, FM 48, finishing mower 48 inches across. They also have a bush hog. They have a sprayer system. They have everything that you could run behind a small tractor in a four-wheeler version. So for cutting hunting roads and stuff, it's crazy. So one thing, he had these little bitty tires on here. David found the tires, got new tires put on it, had to change a few things to make that fit. Thoroughly greased everything. Any farmer can appreciate grease. They actually have a lot of grease fittings, a ton of them. Everything's been greased. All the adjustments, all the PTO, the shaft. We changed the oil. I think we tubed a tire. This right here is not available anymore. That's the battery cover. I actually had somebody 3D print me some. Now this one, so here's, go back to more of the story. I have both of his units here. He said, Jado, if you fix one for me, I'm going to give you the other one. And I was like, well, that's cool. I got two. I don't need a third one. He said, I want the junkiest one. I want you to have the nicest one. And that was super nice of him. I mean, that's cool stuff. But I couldn't do that. So we have now finished his with a, nice seat, cover here. Now, you wouldn't think like these stickers matter much. So we had to be cautious on cleaning it. These stickers are the only way you're going to figure out how to use it because they have so many instructions. PTO, high, low, press the brake, speed for PTO, all the lights, the whole 9 yards. So I am giving him back the one he wanted to give me because it was far nicer. But I took the nicest parts off the other one and put it on his. And it's serviced, it's greased, the tires hold air, and he's going to actually use this thing again a lot. And I love it. I love it more than you can realize. So, and we'll go bring you some content with the ones I have, some funny content and some real content of what they do. I'm going to get every attachment there is so that I can show you guys, and then I'm going to put them all in our building. Well, probably going to put them all in here in our way, but I want the hydraulic unit. I want all the stuff to show you guys how they work. But they didn't make this for long. It was expensive. They made it for 2 years. It was so expensive, and it just wasn't very advantageous to a lot of people. It's not even four-wheel drive. So there was a lot of situations where you would get stuck, and I think a lot of farmers and people that thought it was cool figured out it really wasn't. Because if you unhook this and try to play with the four-wheeler, it's not really a fun four-wheeler. It's real heavy. It's real awkward. But long and short of it, I'm proud that this is going back to him. And I think when he sees the pictures, it was faded. I'm going to still put some more coating on it, dress the tires and do some stuff, not just shine, some stuff that actually soaks in. Because when plastic gets hard like this, and let's just say you get up against a tree, it'll snap this thing off. I mean, it'll explode it. The plastic is so brittle. I've put probably 15 coats so far of some pliable plastic conditioner, I guess is the easiest way to put it. It's a special stuff that three-wheeler guys use. So this stuff is softer than it was. I hope it lasts. He's getting the better unit, even though he tried to give this one to me for fixing the other one. And, we gave him a promise that we would get him one that works and functions, and here it is. It's pretty freaking neat. It might not mean much to most of y'all, but I bet, comment, tell me, have you ever seen one or have you not seen one? But PTO, like a tractor, coming out the freaking back. Again, Christian thought we made this. What have you done, JW? And trust me, it wouldn't have been me. I might have had the idea, but it wouldn't have been me that followed through with it. But we have had some crazier thoughts. But this is a really neat design. I'm probably getting ready to spike the Terrapro sales market a little bit, but rightly so. They're really neat. They got a hitch on the back. Of course, you got to unhook this stuff to use the hitch, blah, blah, blah. But I think he's going to be real pleased with it. So when he picks up his OVS, this will be in the back, and he'll be able to take the two home and enjoy. And he's currently using his Squarebody quite regularly, like a almost normal driver, and loving it. He's the one I shared with you guys. He pulled a fifth wheel trailer with it. He's been using it. He's actually given us quite a few followers. He even is now subscribed, Christian. He said he didn't know how to subscribe, so somebody subscribed for him so that he'd make sure he didn't miss any content. That's really cool. Had a great conversation with him last time he was here. Such a great guy, and down to earth, and has some cool stuff. And he's out there farming, real deal farming, not like these new farmers. He's the real deal old school farmer. So for you guys that didn't know what that was, that's what it is. And I've been kind of hiding it in the background on some of the videos so that nobody would see it quite yet until we got finished. And we got some spare parts and other pieces. So I'll be able to maintain that for him for a long time, and maintain ours, because I think the kids are going to love riding a four-wheeler and cutting grass. I might not even tell them. I'll just tell them, go ride the four-wheeler, turn that thing on, and they'll just think they're pulling a little trailer around or something. Yeah. And probably safer than a lawnmower in the long run. I like to have one that's a three-wheeler, though. Be more agile. Oh, pause it one more time. So little old us did something at SEMA, and I've said it, and I'll say it again, that nobody else did. There was not a single other three-wheeler there. I had just finished the full restoration on this, and I haven't cleaned it yet. I'm really upset. But one thing I can't impress upon y'all enough that's so exciting about three-wheelers, this set of fenders, as far as the guy that I bought them from, it's probably the last set in existence in the world. You cannot buy replacement parts. You either have to make replacement parts or hope that stuff comes up. But this stuff is freaking mint. He put the decals on it for me. I got everything running on it and operating. So this is actually a running, driving, operating three-wheeler from 1982. Found the era correct replacement style tires and matched them up. Thanks to Pat for getting that done, getting the wheels painted the right color. Again, it matched the truck, but this is how this looked. Now, this did not have these horns because the previous part of this bike was it was a Shriner's bike. So it was used for 2 or 3 years. That's the people you were talking about riding the little go-karts. Yeah, exactly. Shriners. They actually had a wheelie bar, and they would ride them. So leading to that, I still have 2 Shriner's bikes that I am going to list to sell. Now, they're finished in the green of the 82, 83 era also, not the stripe kit like what this one is. Exact bike in green. If somebody's interested before I list them, I will sell them. They are the same way. They are Shriner's bikes. They were used for 2 or 3 years. They've been stored forever. They are immaculate. All the motor, all the drive line looks just like this. They were twins. I'm going to keep one. Here's one. And then I'm going to sell the other 2. So I can get pictures if anybody's interested. They have the speedometer, an odometer. They have the electric start, fuel pump, the whole 9 yards. This is also the one that I found on eBay. This shield was missing. That was an NOS part in the Kawasaki wrapper from 1980s. So it's so cool when you find that stuff. I paid, I don't know, 5 times what that was worth, but you can't find it used and you can't buy it new. So, and it's not worth somebody duplicating it aftermarket because how many are they going to sell? One to me and God knows who else maybe. This also has a toolbox that goes here that my man Matt finished for me just in time, but we didn't take it because I was afraid it was going to flop open on the trip. This thing went 5,000 plus miles round trip. So, and it didn't get stolen. That was awesome as well. Front suspension with a weird, really weird setup on the front there. Greg Biffle actually bought one of these to use for one of his challenges. I thought it was so unique that he came up with one. Of course, it was busted and faded and ugly, but he just went on Marketplace, found one, and wanted to buy something cheap to go tear up. So it definitely spurred some interest because people were like, oh my God, that's just like it. Kawasaki was not the most popular three-wheeler. It was Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, and then probably Kawasaki. But they made a beast, and it actually has a locking differential. I always wondered why these move so easy when I was moving them around, because usually it's a live axle. So when you're turning, the inside tire is always barking, and it's hard to move. But you can see how easy this thing turns and moves. Kristen's going to see how easy it is because we're getting ready to carry it up that flight of steps. So you better hope it moves real easy. But the reason is these have a locking differential. You twist it right here like a hub on a four-wheel drive truck, and it locks in and out. So for riding around, you ride around in one wheel power. It's fine. But if you get stuck or have a problem, you don't have to get off. You just reach back and lock it. Now you got posi track. Whew, pull right away. It's neat. So many people don't realize these things. That's so amazing. And then the mud flaps. I have mud flaps, but I did not put them on here. They're plastic, and they're still in the package. The package is yellow and cracking open. But I do even have the mud flaps for this bike. So now that we're back and they're not going to be for 5,000 miles, I probably will put them on there because I was definitely afraid that it was going to tweak the plastics and make them look bad. So I left them off for the SEMA trip. But there is the one and only three-wheeler that made its way to SEMA 2025. Period. No others. We did something that the gazillionaires didn't do. Told you. You proud of that? Good job. Well, if we don't get any more done today, I think we've done a lot. You got to get the Squarebody online. Make sure to take a thumbnail of the four-wheeler. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully it's not snowing too bad, and hopefully we're here. Davis Auto Sales, Davis drives, Davis Off-Road, Richmond, Virginia. Thanks for watching. Click, subscribe, and don't forget about the giveaway. Share this to your social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Please do it. We're going to see it, and comment. Davis Drives YouTube on all platforms. We got you.